Hi, everyone. Here we are. We're only 2 weeks from our study break, so let's focus on that and think that that will be a little bit of reprieve to either get caught up or have a break. Hopefully, have a break away from studying for that week, at least some of it. So, with marketing research, in our discussions this past week, we talked about focus groups, and I know a lot of you had mentioned that you hadn't been involved in a focus group. And so I just wanted to talk for a minute about that. In previous years, when I taught on campus, we actually did a research project for a company in the community, and we held focus groups, many of them. And they're very interesting. They're very organized. It takes several people to run one focus group. And then your questions will go through you. If you had 10 people around the table, then that question would go to all 10 people. And then you're taking notes. You have a note taker now, recording. We recorded it. And so it's very interesting. And then you compile all of that information. It is a lot of work, let me tell you. And you'll find that your videos are a fair bit of work. So we're going to talk about, or your recorded interviews, we'll talk about that in a second. So yes, focus groups are fun. I've been involved in other focus groups when I worked in broadcasting. And one I remember clearly was on commercials. And it was all about showing, and it was TV actually, so showing you a commercial and then you had to relay what you remembered. So there's all kinds of different ways to do focus groups, and they're great for learning about whatever your research topic is, and they're kind of fun to do. They're long typically, so there are lots to it, but if you ever get the opportunity, take it, because I think it's a great experience for you to have. So this week, I'm going to get your interview questions back to you, and then due this Sunday will be your personal interviews. So that's Unit 3. Complete the discussions, and there's discussion there on research interview techniques. And you want to keep probing. Your interviews need to be about 30 minutes, and that shouldn't be hard if you've got the right questions and you keep probing from those questions. Or you may come up with another question out of a question that you asked from the answer that you got. So you want to keep that going. And I put a sample in there so that you can see what that looks like. And it's about 30. And I'm good with about 30. I'm not good with 10, okay? And so make sure you have your people lined up. There is a waiver in there for them to sign. So you fill out the waiver, filling out what the company is, the person's name, whatever, and then they sign the waiver. And that's just, saying that they give us permission to use this. It's only used in class, then it's gone. So the best place to do your interviews is in Teams, and Teams will record the written piece as well, because you're going to need that when you go to assess your interviews in the next step after we finish getting these interviews done and after we get surveys and so on. So if not, you can do it with a phone and do it in person. It's more work to transcribe it. So keep that in mind. You have to transcribe every word, and that's how typically an interview is done. For research, every single word is transcribed. So think about that. But I prefer Teams, and that way, I can see how you're interacting with the interviewee and so on. That's important. Follow the rubric and watch the sample. I think that's the last piece, is make sure you get the waiver signed. So fill out that waiver, pull that out. It's all in your assignment. Put the names on it, get it signed, and then go for it. Please reach out to me if you have any questions about this. It's, when you're working with people outside of our school, it's sometimes a little more tasking, but I'm more than willing to help you on it. And it's a key piece of your research project. So let me know if I can help.